I don't even remember where I was. Okay. Very tasty beer. That's Ebo. That's Ebo. Ignore him. Jet the Cat certainly does. Okay. So, I mean, this is a solid beer. Wow, can I drink a lot of this? Um, I think the most interesting thing about this beer is that it's definitely hitting above its weight class. And what I mean by that is that it it drinks. Pardon me. It drinks like a much darker beer. It to me it drinks like a porter or a stout. Probably closer to a porter. They tend to be uh, a little bit. You get the same out of a porter that you get out of a stout as far as the sweetness and the thickness, the feel, the mouth feel out of it. Umami, if you want to sound pretentious. Um, oh, for F's sake, shut up, Ebo. Nobody likes you. No one. Not a single person. Um, you tend to get a bit more of the mouth feel out of it. And a bit more of the sweetness without the heaviness. If you're drinking a really like a stout, stout's very heavy, very heavy, and I will reset you. Stouts are very heavy. You drink a Guinness, you feel like you've eaten a loaf of bread. That's the joke, right? Um, Porters give you a good portion of that, but without the heaviness. But you never quite get to the darkness of the stout. This guy feels like it's drinking like a stout or a porter. Now, again, that's probably due to the 9.5% alcohol by volume. That's making a big difference as far as the mouthfeel. Um, the selection of malts is definitely helping with Belgian specialty malts with uh, rich, deep notes of caramel, molasses, raisin, and plum. So the selection of malts is definitely a darker selection of malts. Probably, again, I'm going to be corrected, hopefully by my buddy Scott, but something like a low crystal or sorry, I should say high crystal, like 120. I want to say crystal 120, something like that, is going to give you that, as well as some other darker ones. Maybe not even. Maybe I'm barking up the right tree there in that range. But anyways, very sweet, lots of flavor going on here. Like I'm really happy with this beer. Now, this beer is right up my alley. So is this beer for you? It very well may be. If you're looking for something that's going to be sweet, a great winter beer, great dessert beer, which is what it calls itself. So again, advertising company, thumbs up. You know what you're selling here, and you're selling it well. Um, but yeah, I could drink a lot of these. This is this is giving me a lot of the darker flavors, sweeter without the heaviness. So yeah, like I could drink a lot of these. Now, is the alcohol by volume? Like it definitely has a boozy taste to it, right? So I think for most people, you kind of hit your limit on that. So that's going to limit how many of these you can crush. But if you're looking to do that, grab a bud. Well, there's other beers you can get that are going to be better for that kind of consumption. That even I would drink Sleeman's, not a bad one. Used to do Miller's in the day. I don't think I can do those anymore. That's beside the point. Buy local beer, by the way. Even though I'm drinking this American, I don't even know where these guys are. Oh, Bargersville, Indiana, USA. Yeah, hey, they make a good beer. What are you gonna do? So, yeah, Taxman Brewing Company, your qualified Belgian style quadruple ale, gets an endorsement from me. This is a beer I would like to see on the shelves of the liquor marts, as we call them, here in Manitoba, because this is beer I'd like to have very often. Um, Man, once a night would be good. As far as drinking nights would go, it'd be something that I could definitely have one, maybe even two a night. Again, 9.5%, very boozy, so it can put a limit in certain situations. But you know, just it's just good. I'm really going to enjoy finishing this when you guys are gone. Um, can I see a downside to this beer? Is there something holding it back at all? It's not a perfect beer. There's got to be something. Um, Maybe a little too boozy. Maybe a little bit too much. Which, honestly, at 9.5 was something, because I don't know how well you guys can see this with the camera that's there, but there is. It's the coloring more of an amber, okay? So you're not quite getting that black stout or porter look through it, right? So for me, from what I'm seeing, so the top part here is almost it's red or an amber look to it, right? So what ends up happening is at 9.5%, what I'm getting is a very boozy taste. Now, the more I drink of it, the more that is impeding on the rest of the flavor profile of the beer. I have been drinking it rather slowly as I'm doing this review. I think if I was trying to drink it quicker, it would probably turn me off a bit more to the beer, and that's because without that heavier, that darker heavierness to it, without those really black malts being mixed in there, because this is very much a sweet and amber malts going in, I'm assuming, um, that booziness can really take over. It doesn't start at first. So again, this is I'm nitpicking here, okay? So don't take this as a reason to not try this beer if you have the opportunity. Please be good beer. I'm very much enjoying it. But in nitpicking it, because I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5, because I don't think I've ever given anything a 5 out of 5, I don't think, because, yeah, discuss that for another day. Um, but as far as, again, nitpicking, maybe a little too boozy. Now, that might be on style. I didn't do my research on a Belgian quadruple. Um, Familiar with Belgian doubles. I've never actually heard of a Belgian quadruple. If I had a bit more time, I would have done a bit more research. So this very well may be on style. Therefore, any complaints may be moot, because this is what it's supposed to be. But so I might be this might be more of a commentary on the style as opposed to on the actual beer itself. Um, but to the layman, that's neither here nor there. But other than that, I mean, as long as you got some time, man, this is tasty. Like it's just good. So Scott gave it a 4.5. I'm probably going to be pretty close to that, but I'm not going to, punch it into Untapped until I'm done with it. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm feeling right now. If you want my official rating, you'll have to check out myself on Untapped at those 252. Again, I recommend you follow my friend Scott Tackaberry. Much better palate than myself. But follow us both. Why not? I'm a sword. So, sort of. Um, yeah. Solid beer. Maybe a bit too boozy, but it's probably on style. Being called a Belgian quadruple, it's probably on style. So this is probably more of a personal preference thing for me. But just solid. Sweet. Nice. Hitting all the right notes. Big fan of it. Probably about a 4.5. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. So if you guys have any comments, throw them in the comment section down below. Subscribe. I'm going to be doing one of these every day, because be your advent calendar. So just be ready for that. I'll be doing one of these every day. I already said that. I just said it again. I've had some darker beers today. I'm a little bit wobbly. Wobbly pops. I'm a little bit wobbly. Anyways, I'm going to call it there. So I'm going to finish this beer, and then I'm going to do my review on Untapped. So you can check that out. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. So you guys have a good one.